2、1。
Mic check 1 2. What it do? Welcome back to the Mic Check Podcast. This is T Word, the People's Champ. Today we're talking about Jesse Bam Rodriguez and Sonny Edwards and their flyweight unification bout that happened on Saturday. But before we get into the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and then drop a comment when the video is over and let us know what you think. All right, so it was a decent card that went on Saturday night. I'm going to run through the majority of the card pretty quick so we can focus on the main event. Excuse me. So the night started with Albert Gonzalez getting a KO in the second round over Alexis Eduardo Molina. This is a featherweight fight. Arturo Papaca beat Carlos Mejica by TKO in the fourth round. This was super bantamweight, so a lot of smaller fighters on this card, obviously. And like something I've explained in the past, you tend to load the card up like that just in case there's a late pullout. You've got substitutes in order to keep the card rolling. Then you had Janae Boston versus Gordy Russ II. This was Boston with a unanimous decision win in 8 rounds, and that was super welterweight, so that's 154 pounds. Next up, you had Joe McGrail versus Edgar Ortiz Jr. McGrail did win this fight by TKO in the second round. This is featherweight. Then Peter McGrail stepped in the ring versus Jericho O'Quinn, and after dominating every round, every minute of the fight, Jericho O'Quinn actually came back and got a 5th round knockout over McGrail after being dominated. I mean, McGrail had complete control. This is super bantamweight, and then he just caught him with a good shot and put him out. So O'Quinn got one of the belts. It's like an international belt or intercontinental belt. So he's trying to get in the title picture. He said, "Call me out, I'll come running." All right, Galal Yafai fought Rocco Santamaro, and this was a Yafai unanimous decision in 12 rounds. This was flyweight. And then you had Marjan Akhmadaliev versus Kevin Gonzalez, aka MJ versus Kevin Gonzalez. This was a TKO win in the 8th round at super bantamweight for Akhmadaliev. If you remember, he's coming off a loss to Marlon Tapales, which has set up an undisputed fight between Tapales and Naoya Inoue instead of MJ and Inoue, or we might have seen Stephen Fulton versus MJ. But nonetheless, we got a whole different configuration at super bantamweight 122. So we'll see how this plays out. But MJ did keep himself in line to get a fight with Naoya Inoue by winning by TKO, so impressive fashion. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the main event. Jesse Bam Rodriguez, Sonny Edwards. So this fight, it almost snuck up on you, even though if you're a boxing fan, you were looking forward to this because you knew it was going to be a pretty good fight. Bam's very skilled. He's been up and down the weight classes in and around 112, 115, etc. Sonny Edwards has been doing well in this weight class, undefeated with the title coming in at 20-0. Bam undefeated as well. And Sonny, to his credit, made sure that he sold the fight. He wanted people to show up and enjoy, and he knew he was going on foreign soil. And he also understood he was facing a fighter who's coming down in weight, so he was going to have to deal with a big puncher who's used to taking bigger punches. So I think that that's a little bit of foreshadowing there, just to say that Sonny was doing well, and then he got caught in the second round, and it bruised his eye to the point where his vision was distorted. And because he couldn't use his normal game plan, which is move laterally, set traps, try to catch Bam while his feet weren't moving. And if you think back to Bam Rodriguez's last fight, he had a little bit of trouble with lateral movement from his opponent, where he wasn't able to cut the ring off, walk him down. And even though he was suffering from a broken jaw, that didn't affect the fact that his feet weren't doing what they need to do. So for this fight, you had to believe that that was Sonny's game plan going in. He's going to use lateral movement. He's going to set some lateral traps. He's going to try to use a step back game and try to get Bam to be the aggressor. So early on, that strategy was at least effective to a minimal degree. But then after the injury, his coach kind of let him know what was going on. And he said, "Hey, man, you looking crazy. Like, if you could see your face, you're hammered." Sonny decided to bite down on his gum shield and go out on his shield, and he went toe to toe with Bam, and he ended up worse for the wear, and then eventually got stopped in the 9th round. I thought it was a exciting fight, if not that competitive, because to me, the only time that Sonny landed shots was when Bam wanted him to or allowed him to. So I'm not gonna say wanted, allowed. He was just standing there. He wouldn't throw any punches. He would just be kind of stalking him down behind his guard, and Sonny would get a combination off, and then it was like they were ineffective because, again, Bam is used to taking shots from bigger punchers, and he's been successful at higher weight classes. So ultimately, it ended up being the undoing of Sonny Edwards, and now he is 20-1, and probably seeking to get back on a winning streak so he can get back in the title contention. I would think that Bam was going to try to either move up and challenge somebody bigger, or try to get an undisputed fight, get the belts, and then drop them and move up. He's already kind of named some future opponents at higher weight classes, so we'll see how that goes for him. But this was an exciting match, if not competitive. But at the end of the day, Jesse Rodriguez just showed that he was the bigger, stronger, better fighter with more skills. I mean, he's got all the tools, and he displayed that on Saturday night. So let me know what you think about the fight. This has been T for the Mic Check Podcast. Until the next time I'm out. Peace.